Blessings everyone, it's that time again for my end of the year super sale. 30-minute consultations, normally priced at $77, are now only $55, or you can get a certificate at the sale price and redeem it at a later date. Sale ends December 21st, so you want to take advantage of it while it's here. Go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your third week of December 2020. Remember, if you're watching your rising sign horoscope is going to give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is going to show up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's giving you the other story that is going to be going on this week as well. And just a quick reminder for those of you interested in learning about more of the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, I actually combined this week's new light astrology with the incoming waves. So it's a big, long video, all kinds of card pulls, and, talk about all kinds of astrological aspects. If you're interested in checking that out, go to my main channel page and scroll down and look at the playlists there. It's like magic. Everything you want is there. So what is going on when it comes to your cards? Well, your spiritual theme this week is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so a lot of you Taurus people, it's time to pay attention to where there might be a need to dial back on where things are too hard to actually be serviceable. When we talk about the Knight of Pentacles reversed, we have productivity. We have abundance. We have all of this great stuff, but is it just busy work? Are things harder than they need to be? Are things more labor intensive than they need to be? Are things more high maintenance and more involved than they need to be? Is it actually productive, or is it the illusion of productivity? We're going to need to pay attention to a lot of our relationships, a lot of our projects, a lot of our work. Where is everything getting done the hard way? Why is it getting done the hard way? And also, where can we simplify things to get in a more healthier pattern or in a more healthier way, not only for ourselves, but also our life's work, and really pay attention to what's going on with our life's work. Where are we maybe in a situation where it's harder than it needs to be because it might not be what it could be. It could have been jerry-rigged. It could be other things happening, other people involved. This is a week where the opportunity to get back on the right road, get back on the right track, and again, fix it doesn't need to be this hard, it doesn't have to be this difficult challenge that may come up a couple of times. As we get on to your personal responsibility card when it comes to what you are responsible for, if you want to have the highest outcomes of this week, you've got the High Priestess upright. Pay attention to where you have been getting advice, guidance, not only, constructive criticism, but also direction that is actually going to help you to step into a higher quality of life, whether this advice is coming through your guides, right? Your higher levels, higher self, multidimensional self, angelics, whatever, or even guidance coming from those that have already made it or are already ahead of you down the path you're committed to. The High Priestess is coming in as an opportunity for you to start doing some reality corrections where things might have gone in a bit of a wonky way or a bit of a distorted or discordant way. But it's your responsibility to also step in as somebody who is not only going to start fixing things, but to understand you can't go back and keep trying to do something that keeps showing you it's not going to work, expecting it to be different this time around. It is shaking up your reality. It is shaking up your philosophy, but in a way that it's actually evolving you. It's leveling you up. As we get on to your material shifts, what's going on with your work? What's going on with your finances, your teams, your projects, maybe even your living situation? We've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And what's coming through for me is that you're going to be observing a major shift in trends, whether this is something going on in the market of your field, this is something going on at the office, this is something going on with maybe a prospective career opportunity you've been entertaining. And with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, I'm not seeing this as something that is going to be really doing any damage this week, but you are going to need to know where, we're at the change of an era. It's kind of like what, it's not only the change of an era in terms of what people are looking for, what's thriving, what's prospering. It's the change of an era in terms of maybe taste. What is the survivability of a certain business practice or something going on within this field or work ethic? And with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, you might be seeing, okay, the trends are going in a direction that not everyone is catching up on. Where do I pivot? There were some people, kind of like the change from the 80s into the 90s, who were trying to ride the 80s into 1994, and it did not serve them well. You do not want to be in that kind of situation. The interesting thing about the Ace of Pentacles reverse, though, is it is giving you just a bit of a heads up about where certain changes are so that you can be ahead of a trend as opposed to follow one that is already going over a cliff. And so just pay attention if you've been overly attached to a certain road or a certain prospect. Let substitutions catch your attention. As we get on to your interpersonal shifts, what's going on when it comes to your closest one-on-one relationships, we have the Empress reversed. Now remember, this does apply to, yes, romance, but also family, even friends. And what I'm seeing here is there's going to be a confrontation this week around where one or maybe multiple close connections seem committed or compelled beyond reason to try and recreate a dysfunctional chapter of their lives or a dysfunctional comfort zone that has always been the reason that it's been hard to connect fully. Or this may even be showing up with somebody new. With the Empress card reversed, you've heard me say it before, it's kind of its own worst enemy kind of card, right? It is a self-saboteur, whether it's doing it on purpose or she's kind of just doing it subconsciously. But recreating a dysfunctional situation, recreating a dysfunctional dynamic, whether it's an interpersonal relationship, something going on with the home, something going on with the family, it needs to be brought to light. It needs to be observed. Now, it's not up to you to play shrink with this person or with this situation. In fact, it may actually be even more dysfunctional for partners to do that for each other, wouldn't you say? But with the Empress card reversed, I do see that, this does need to be nipped in the bud. If we are to determine a clear road for where these connections are going in the future, because you can't really be in a situation that's trying to recreate ill health from the past just because nobody knows what else to do. As we get on to your personal shifts, what's going on with you, you've got the Four of Wands upright. In spite of the myriad of weirdness that the other cards have presented, you're getting set up for success this week, believe it or not. You're actually getting reoriented in the direction of a big accomplishment, a big breakthrough. And this whole week is all about leaving behind what cannot pass this no going back zone, this checkpoint of your methods, this checkpoint of stability, whether it's the ideal romance, the ideal household, the ideal job, the ideal work, the ideal social connections. We are going through this filter of what is ineligible to be a part of that, right? And not ineligible as in not worthy. It's not carrying, you must have this vibration to cross this line. That's just the universe. And you are getting a chance to be set up to make that crossing, to go into that higher level of accomplishment. But we do need to be okay with understanding that we're allowed to, regardless of what anyone else is doing. So that is what I've got for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.